Exclamation everybody and welcome to MMORPG Tycoon 2. It is by Vector Storm and it is currently in early access on Steam. Was just released a few days ago into early access on Steam for 25 bucks US. Now, this implies obviously by the name that there was a MMORPG Tycoon 1, but I have no idea. But I'd like to point something out prior to us getting into this. Now, I have not played any of the game yet, so I have no idea really what I'm coming into. This is about as blind to play through as I could do. But there's one thing I did immediately do upon coming into here. Normally, I start up a game, and then I go into the options menu and make sure that everything's set properly. Usually, I turn bloom off, but in this case, I'll leave it on, that kind of thing. Go into the options menu here. And if I look at, say, so cursor here, I'm not going to go under video because for some reason it just freaks the whole screen out. But you see, I have cursor set to static. So, friends, I've been playing brand new indie games, looking at them, first impressions of them for roughly 6 years now. I've got, I would say, several hundred games under my belt, and I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen games that refuse to be anything beyond postage stamp sized on the screen. I've seen games that have sound effects that don't obey any sliders at all, other than be eardrum bleeding loud. I've seen games that, you know, kind of just teleport your character around and barely moving. You fall through floors and walls and, you know, pretty much don't obey any laws of physics or anything. Lots of, shall we say, annoying things. Things that you are bound to find in an early access game of some sort. But I have to give these developers at Vector Storm some credit here. They found something even more annoying than I had ever imagined I could encounter, and that is the default cursor here, the normal one. Let's turn this puppy on. Oh my, yes. See, I needed to do this so that you guys could experience with me the same thing that I experienced when I first loaded up this game. Like, this is just, I mean, this is worse than turning on cursor trails in Windows. I mean, this is just like, this is next level. Like, why in God's name did someone spend any amount of time doing this nonsense? So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out because, you know, that's kind of the thing I need to do around here. Also, sometimes it behaves weird. Sometimes it looks like flat like this. Like I don't know. Anyway, we're going back to the static cursor because holy hell, would that be annoying if I left that thing on? All right. So the idea behind MMORPG Tycoon 2 is that I need to create an MMORPG. Now, what's interesting about this is only a single player game. There've already been comments in their discussion, discussion forums about, well, it'd be really great if I could build something and have, and other players play it. But yeah, no, this is just going to be single player. And what you're doing is you're attempting to make the next great WoW clone that will draw in all the AI bots. It'll bring in AI bots and they'll all the gold farmers, all that stuff. Yeah, you want all of them to show up and just fill your coffers full of delicious cash. Just to keep your servers running and all that stuff. So that is what this is purported to do. Now, again, I'll point out this is early access, so I don't know exactly how polished it is yet. It's just literally come out a few days ago. So we're both going to experience this together, although I'm going to take a swig of an adult beverage before we do this. Ah, delicious. Okay. All right. I am already halfway through that beverage too, so this is going to be an interesting first impressions video. But anyway, let's see what we got to do here. The new game window is already up for us, and we have to name our MMORPG. So, I mean, we could randomize World of Legends, Insanity, Attorney of Widget was Insanity actually sounds pretty good, actually. I think I'm going to name it. Let's see. What would be a good name? I'm always bad at naming things. I should come up with some crazy, awesome name. I am going to call it Firefly Online. Because, damn, do I wish that had not fallen through. Yes, friends, that is actually a thing that was going to happen. Anyway. Let's see here. We're gonna do, and yes, it was based on the Firefly TV series. What game icon do we want? What would be a good Space Pirates game icon that, for some reason, the Space Pirates are grounded? Because I don't think there is any space maps here. I guess the gigantic silver bird would probably be a good one, because, you know, Firefly, that kind of thing. All right. Select MMO type. Player versus player role-playing. Story combat. I mean, okay. Free to play. Why is that a type? Free-to-play games are free to players to join. You earn no money for new subscribers or monthly fees. Well, yeah, I know how that works. Advanced tactics. Okay, what's combat? Combat-focused games attract players who are focused on achievements as well as those who enjoy conflict. You're likely to find you attract a lot of achiever-type and killer-type players. Oh, okay. Story? Story-focused games typically attract explorers as well as more social players. Flight paths. Role-playing? MMORPGs with a focus on role-playing typically have a strong theme and encourage highly social play. I feel like this is not a type, right? Like, every MMO is a role-playing game, right? I mean, I can't think of one that actually isn't. I really can't think of one that actually isn't. Player versus player. These are more like focuses, right? Well, I guess you could have a focus on role playing, but honestly, that's more like a focus on story, right? Yeah, whatever. Player versus player games put focus on direct battles. Casual games are easy to pick up and play and tend to attract primarily social and casual players. Social games are loved by socializer type players, but tend to be a little thin for other types. A lot more socializers than anything else. You know what? Since I like me some RPGs, we're going to do a role-playing game. Okay. Starting statistics. Basic type role-playing. Unallocated points. 4% to advertising. So AstroTurf. Fluff. It's literally like, it's like... what's the Fallout thing? The Pip-Boy thing? Smart? It's literally like that. Except none of these spell a word out. AstroTurf. Fluff is theme exploration. Hugs, 20% to socializing. Bling, 4% to achievements and loot. And Gibbs, or Jibs, 4% to combat. I think not much on the socializing, so let's try theme exploration, Jibs, bling, and some more bling. I think. I don't think you can have too much bling. I mean, is there ever a time when you can have too much loot? I don't think I've ever encountered that world. I don't think I would like a world that has too much loot. I don't think that ever would compute, honestly. I don't think there is such a thing. It's like a unicorn. It just doesn't exist. Okay. So sure, we'll go with that. Well, all right. That's kind of flashy. Okay, press OK below again. We'll cover basic movement and set up a bare bones game. Use WSD or arrow keys to move the camera. Alright. Get a closer view. Zoom in or out by scrolling the mouse wheel. Sure. Ooh, we can zoom way in. Oh, we can actually walk around the world. Oh, that's cool. Also, rotate the camera while holding the right mouse button. Move the mouse to rotate the view. Sure. Zoom out to view the whole map again. We'll start looking at more of the game's stuff. It's the main status display. It tells you the name of your MMORPG and some core information about it. Right now, you don't have any subscribers, but we'll fix that soon. I also don't have any negative buzz, so that's good. These are the system buttons. They provide information access to design options and allow you to save your game. By the way, this game autosaves periodically, and when you exit, you can change that behavior in the game settings if you like. As your main action bar, your various tools for interacting with the world will appear here. I've locked them all during this tutorial. Sorry. Okay. Before we begin designing our world, we'll need to activate one of these regions to become a starting region for new players. Look around, find a region you like to use for that, and then go to the grid view by clicking the highlight tab on the action bar. Okay. Let's see. Where do we want our players to start out? Probably on Starter Island, right? I mean, this island, it would be good to like have like low-level monsters here, and then they have to go over and graduate, right? I mean, that's what every MMO does, surely. Although there's like mountains there. Like, how would you cross those? I guess they give you a way to cross the mountains. They would have to, right? I guess, yeah. I mean, everybody starts. I mean, what does Path of Exile and all the other ones do, right? They just you start out on the shoreline after being shipwrecked. The same thing in DDO Online, right? I think, isn't it? So we'll start out here. We'll say grid. Grid view shows the current status of the game's regions servers. Right now, they're all disabled, so let's activate one as a starting region. Select the highlight activate region tool and click on a region, activate it. Okay. Bingo. Before you can build a region, you must activate it. Activated regions have both a purchase cost and an upkeep cost. $5 grand, huh? Alright. $5 grand for just one region, man. I didn't think shards, server shards cost that much, but I guess they do. Region bought has turned green, and now it has a number 1 in it. This means that any content we build here will automatically be appropriate for characters of level 1. Now that the region has been activated, let's go back to the main view. Click the Interact tab to return to normal game view. Okay. If you like to adjust the terrain of the region, it's easiest to do it now before we start building things. Each region has 4 terrain types that can be mixed within its borders. Click on the terrain tab to see them, and feel free to experiment with them now. Click OK when you're ready to continue. All right. Terrain. What do we want to do here? What do we got? We got, I guess that's mountains. Oh, there's no tooltips, is there? Oh, here we go. Forest, dense forests. There's no tooltips for snow. Or this. Okay, so I guess this is like a sparse forest versus a dense forest. Let's do a sparse forest, maybe? Like here? Or it's just like trees. Okay. Not exactly placing the trees where I want them to place, but okay, that's fine, I guess. I don't really need to raise or raise the area at all, I don't think. That should be good. Okay. First thing any region needs is a respawn point. If a subscriber's character dies in combat, they'll automatically respawn from the closest respawn point. What's more, developers and game masters can move around the game via its respawn points. Since developers and game masters travel through respawn points, having them near trouble spots can help your developers get work done more quickly. Build a respawn point now, somewhere near the middle of the region. You'll find a tool for placing one under the buildings tab. Okay. When they die, players will respawn at the nearest respawn point, which is apparently a cemetery. Use these to teleport around the world. Right. Okay. Ooh, it's rather tiny. Kind of cool though. I like it. I like it. Let's see. I guess we could have them respawn here, maybe. Notice how the respawn point you place is flashing red? That's because it doesn't have a network connection yet. Let's set one up. First, switch to network view. Okay. We have no network connection right now, so let's install a network uplink. Use the highlighted tool to place one somewhere in this region. Network gear is laid out underneath the terrain. If you're placing it under large trees, you might need to zoom in if you want a better view. Okay, what does that... Why would I need this? Now that we have an uplink, we need to distribute the bandwidth it supplies. Place a network cable using the highlighted tool starting from the uplink. You don't need to connect exactly to the respawn point. As long as it's in the highlighted region around the cable, it's close enough. Once bandwidth is running through the cable, it might take a few seconds for the respawn point to power up. We'll continue once it's powered. Why is this a thing? I'm not sure why this is a thing. Fiber placement. Okay. Mouse glue again to set waypoints or double click to finish your cable. Oh, okay. Okay, now that we have an uplink, what does it do? Next, let's build an inn somewhere near the respawn point. Players will want to set a home wherever they go, so you'll need at least one inn in each region you use. Place one now. Remember to make sure it has bandwidth available. You can place more network cables if you need them. Alright. I don't know why that's a thing. Inns. Small inn or regular inn? Let's do the small inn. And we'll put it right next to this, since they'll be right there, probably. Go. Did you notice the little red cursor arrow which traveled to the inn after you built it? That was one of your developers turning it on. Developers need to visit every building you construct to enable them, and they travel via the nearest respawn point. The respawn points are very far away. This could take some time. That's... I think I see what they're doing. They're trying to simulate how much time it would take to actually develop the feature. And if you're developing features for a live product, you would want to do that, but that's still just a very weird way of doing that. Let's build a blacksmith near the inn. Once players have some money, they will want to buy better weapons. As before, place the blacksmith. The network cabling controls are still enabled too if you need to wire more bandwidth over to where you put the blacksmith. Okay. So I guess they're doing the bandwidth in order to simulate like lag and stuff for players, so that you would get like negative buzz if your players are experiencing lots of lag and stuff. So I see what they're doing. I don't think it's very intuitive the way they're doing it. It's kind of like they're using these tabs as they're kind of beating you over the head with the mechanics instead of letting the mechanics make some sense. You know, it's not that they don't make sense. It's that they're a bit more, they're a bit too abstract, I think, in some respect to the term. Like they feel like disconnected things is what I'm getting at there. You know what I mean? There's building your town, and then there's building the game, and I don't know. They need something to kind of make these not feel like you're doing two different, like someone was going down a checklist and just saying, yeah, the game needs this, the game needs that, the game needs that, you know. I'm seeing too much of the simulation and not enough of the reason why these things are existing. I mean, I can logic it together eventually, but it's like for someone new coming in here, like basically what they've done, and this is why I guess it's giving me this weird vibe. If anyone's played SimCity 2000, right? What they're doing here is essentially saying put all your sewer and water pipes in first and then build your buildings on top of it, which is just a weird thing. It's like a reverse psychology thing. I honestly feel like they could hide this network thing better by gussing it up as objects in the game. So for instance, you've got your respawn point, you've got your inn. Why wouldn't you, if you've got a respawn point, right? And the respawn points are very important. Why wouldn't they just be network nodes? Like, why do I have a separate tab for network nodes? Right? Why wouldn't it just be like, okay, these, if you want to spread your network and you want to spread your bandwidth, you need a respawn point because that's like the important thing, right? Like, I feel like they could hide this better and still simulate what they want to simulate. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the network tab and stuff is just kind of it bolted on top of, you know, what's there instead of complementing what's here. If I can wax philosophical a little bit there. But anyway, let's build a blacksmith near the inn. Once players have some money, they will want to buy better weapons. As before, place the blacksmith. Network cabling controls are still enabled too if you need to wire more bandwidth over to where you put the blacksmith. Again, like stuff like this, like I feel like you could hide that stuff in the actual game objects and say, if you are having lag problems, you know, you got to build an inn, or if you're having, you know, if you want to open up a new region, you need a respawn point. You know, like they could hide this stuff better and still make it have the same impact that it's having now without having to jump between all these different tabs and stuff. I feel like, but I mean, you know, that's just one way of doing it. Let's go here. So we got shops, a blacksmith shop, a regular shop, and a potion shop. Every player wants a good weapon as they approve all player attacks. Blacksmiths set level appropriate weapons, or sell level appropriate weapons, which lasts until the player gains a level. Okay. I don't necessarily want to put the blacksmith right there, but I guess we'll do it for now. Oh, simple placement controls. Set position, confirm placement, rotate by 90 degrees is Z. Free rotate with the mouse drag. So if I hold down Z and oh, nice. Okay, that's rather pretty, I would say. And then X is switched to precise mode. Ooh, look at this. Look at how precise, we're precise little boys right now, aren't we? Simple mode. Very nice. Okay. So you can really, really go to town in placing things well, which is nice. I like it. Especially on this terrain, it's a little bit wonky. I guess I could put it, I don't really want to put it right next to the inn. And actually, that's not even the front, is it? That's the back, it looks like. Yeah, rotate 90 degrees, tap. Yeah, that's the front because it's got the slate there. You know what? We'll put it across from it. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, now if I could just get it to not be in the terrain like that. I wish you could. I guess it makes sense that you can't really snap it to terrain because you can make the terrain so weird and wacky. What if I put it here? Although it's floating. So can I do the precise mode here and translate? How do I translate it down? Oh, X. Translate, rotate. How do I get it to like... I want it to go down a little bit. Axes. I guess this will do it. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. I want up and down. Why won't you give me up and down? Because it's floating in midair right now. Oh, come on, game. Okay, fine. Blacksmith shop's just going to float in midair. Screw it. I don't care. Bam. There it goes. Oh, it actually... Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so it made it go on flat terrain. Well, why didn't you freaking say it was going to be on flat terrain then? I wouldn't have spent so much time futzing with it. Finally, let's build a shop. Most of the players' gold comes from selling a vendor trash they take off of defeated... Selling the vendor trash they take off of defeated monsters. Place a shop and make sure it has bandwidth to continue. Okay. Shop. A little store. Like right over here. Like so. Yeah. Players only know about places they've seen or heard about, but they can always see landmarks in the region no matter how far away they are. Place a landmark somewhere near your inn so players can always see their way back home. Ah, I see. Okay. Let's see. I mean, I guess this would be their little home, sort of. Like a little fishing village shack thing. I don't know. Landmark. Clock tower. Landmarks can be seen from anywhere in the region. Okay. They provided large scenery bonus to players who visit them. All right, well, we'll put the clock tower like right here, even though it really ought to be a lighthouse. I wonder if you can. I wonder if when you level up in this game, like when you get players and stuff, if you can like, if a lighthouse is one of those things, because that would be the most. That would make the most sense here. But we'll put a clock tower down. It's close enough, I guess. Right. Now we should create some monster zones. Monster zones require quite a lot of bandwidth, particularly if they're big. You may need to run some extra network cabling out through them. To keep them online, click OK, and we'll get started. Okay, I've enabled the monster zoning tools for you under the NPCs tab. Create a few large monster zones. I recommend each be about as big as 3 or 4 map squares. But feel free to go larger if you want. You'll need to pick what monster you use and then paint out the regions on the map. Okay. NPCs. Monster zones. Will contain respawning monsters. Players will come here to grind levels on their own. They get bored, but they're much happier if they get quests to send them here. Okay. Spiders, crocodiles, bears, skeletons, and kobolds. Well, I mean, it would be kind of cool if this was the Kobold Woods, right? There are all kobolds around here or something. So I guess we can go. Say there's like a kobold infestation around here somewhere. Like say this. Over there. Like so. And then let's get another. Let's put some wildlife, some bears. Some big old nasty bears over here. In this little region. That's a lot of bears. Feel free to keep editing monster zones until you feel like you have enough, then click OK to continue. Alright. Finally, let's place a few quest giver NPCs. Quest givers are how you give your subscribers things to do, which helps keep them from feeling lost. Place 2 quest givers a little in front of your inn so players are likely to notice them. Okay. So we'll go down here to our inn. Yep. Quest giver with the big old exclamation point above his head. So are you facing forward? I have no idea if you're facing forward or backwards or what. It looks like you're back. So how do I make you... I guess it doesn't... Yeah, that's definitely his back, but I guess it doesn't matter? Like Z is not rotating him. So I'm going to assume it doesn't matter, although it kind of matters to me. But I guess we'll put them right here. That one. Oh, they walk around. Oh, he walks around. Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, that's fine. I'll put another one just over here. You can edit your quest givers' quests. If you click on them and check their quest tab, feel free to play with that if you like. Subscribers only have to kill about 4 monsters to reach level 2. Ooh. Okay. Quest giver has 2 level 1 quests. Placed on day, quest 2. What's his quest say? Bring me the letter. Go to the blacksmith shop, buy a weapon, and return. Discover a moldy plum. Go to shop, sell your loot. Oh, that's kind of cool. So he's like the tutorial quest giver. That's pretty cool. I like that they just kind of threw that in there. I wonder though. Add new quests. Massacre the kobolds. Go to kobold zone. Oh, so I don't get to actually select. Oh, I do. Okay. I'm like, I mean, it's cool that like I was going to do this anyway, but I want to. Can I kill 8 kobolds? Kill 16. Kill 32. Kill 1. Kill 4. Kill 8. 16. Massacre the kobolds. Okay, and then new targets. Select new destination. Okay, no, I just want that. Then the kobolds. I can't like change the quest. I guess it doesn't matter. We're doing AI, but okay. Kill 16 kobolds. So it's 4 to go to level 2, they say. So I don't know. Is it 8 and then 16 for level 3 and level 4? I don't know. There's a quest there. Okay, cool. Something goes here. We got some placeholder stuff there. And then this guy. What do you have? What do you have? Search for my watch. Bash the bears. Bash the bears. Let's kill 8 bears. And then add new quest. Discover even more beer. Go to clock tower. Enjoy the scenery. Oh, okay. So some of these quests I just don't have. I don't have control over. I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, obviously we're going against AI bots, so it doesn't. The quest text and stuff doesn't really matter so much, but I kind of feel a little disappointed. I'll be honest, because I was kind of hoping like I could maybe write a story and stuff in here. I mean, maybe you still can. Maybe it's not quite there yet, but I get that you're doing it against AI, you know, and the AI needs to know how to actually complete the quest, so you can't really make really complicated quests like branching quests and stuff. But I still kind of feel like I would like to do that for some reason. I mean, I know it's But I mean, I guess then I just have to actually write the code for an actual RPG then, I suppose. Oh no, friends. Oh no. I am out of insert adult beverage here. All right, well, I guess this is gonna have to be the way we go. Cool. Okay. Well, that's a thing. Okay. Let's think about roads for a minute. Where we're going, we don't need roads. When a subscriber wants to go somewhere, they'll usually just run straight there. This can send them through dangerous areas. If you place roads, players will usually follow them instead of cutting through areas. Try placing a few roads using a road building tool now highlighted. Okay. Path. Roads. Build path. Path placement. Place path. Start by clicking an empty area on an already existing path or intersection, then move the mouse. Click again to set waypoints, or double click to finish your path. Okay. Well, I think we know there's going to be a road right through here, obviously. So, bingo. Bango. Bango. Bingo. There you go. Bring him close to the area, but not right in there, because that, you know, that's not how that usually works. Okay. And that's the basics. You should now have a fully functional starting region, and you're ready to release 1.0.0 of your game. Click OK to proceed. It's that easy, friends. It's that easy to release 1.0. To release the game and start getting subscribers, click the upgrade button at the top left corner of the screen and choose the starting point perk so we can let players into the game. All right, upgrade. About to release a major version 1. Flight pass, friends list, parties, badges, PvP duels. Okay, interesting. Starting point. Delay release or release. I had no idea that delaying a release required a button press. All right. Release. You're all ready to go. I've unlocked all your editing tools. Have fun. When you're ready for subscribers to start joining, place a starting point somewhere near your inn. Place a starting point is a new tool under the buildings tab. Start joining, place a starting point somewhere near your inn. Ah, I see. Streamer event incoming. Design, menu, overview. Player thoughts. No, wait. Where's the starting? The law, the mountain pass. Heal. Take control. Issue warnings. Okay. Terrain. Where was the? Where did it say the starting point was? This is starting point. I thought I placed a starting point. This is a respawn point. Well, crap, man. Paths. Still path. Network. Capacitor. Grid. Where did they say they put the starting point at? I don't see it. I don't see it. The other thing I don't like, it takes a little too long for these tooltips to show up. Like you have to hover for quite some time and you're not sure of whether the tooltip is actually going to show up or not. You might want to work on that one. Is this the starting point? What is this? Starting point. Okay, there we go. Right, starting point will be over yonder. There. Oh, there goes my little arrow cursor. Dev goes over there. Developers are now the shape of a cursor, a floaty cursor. And I guess I'll do paths. Path. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to alt. Alt while clicking will undo a waypoint. All right. I don't want to be in that tool anymore. There we go. Getting escape did that. Oh, it's got no network connection? Really? Oh, wow. It's like right on the edge of the network? All right. What I'm looking for here. Build capacitor. Or cable. Here it is. And then build capacitor right here. That work? Will that work? No? No, it won't. Alright, can I delete that? What I just put down? I guess not. Now I'm really screwing things up. That's not a thing that's working. That's an uplink. Is that what this is? Yes, that's what this is. Is that not? It's not expanding the coverage all that much, is it? It's not expanding the coverage at all. Or cable fiber place. Oh, am I using the wrong thing? Oh, there we go. Oh, did I? Okay, so then this goes like that. Oh, that's how they connect. Ah, I see. That's how they connect. Okay. There's a different connector versus the other things. Again, I know it's early access and it's kind of janky right now. I feel like they could more seamlessly integrate all that stuff together. Ulander. Oh, I turned them around the wrong way. I have the starting point turned the wrong way. Well, that would be just like me to have the starting point turned the wrong way. All right. Well, we got 8 subscribers. How about that? How about them apples? Probably should just put like an NPC down there. That's what they usually do, right? Tell you to come up here. Let me go to the clock tower. Remember event incoming. What does that mean? Popular web influencer Kitten Purple has announced that they'll be live streaming themselves playing our game. That should be good publicity for us. They'll be connecting on day 2 around 10 a.m. Okay. That's just too much. All right. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm metaing myself right now. The meta is so strong with this, I feel like I'm going to break a bone. Okay. Well, what is this? Hill Ridge Valley, active region. Oh, so it gives me info on the whole thing. Terrain, style. Ooh, okay. Well, you didn't mention this. I can change the sky color too? Holy hell, dude. You didn't mention any of this in your tutorial. I mean, I get that it was like a very simple tutorial, but damn. The customization. What are you doing to me here? Is this another one? Is the same thing? Ridge Valley, yep. Focus, reboot, buy, sell. Okay. Is anybody running any quests? Look like they are. Talking to the quest givers. Quest givers. Quest givers. Figure a level 2 region. So here's the thing, right? I gave the quests I gave them are like really not just easy, but also really they're gonna level up like tremendously. And it's only level 1 stuff here. So they're probably gonna want to climb out of this region. I wonder if I could set the level cap on a region. Like, I would like this to be not just level 1 here, but like level 2 and 3 as well. Like, it should be like level 1 to 5 or something. I wonder if that's a thing you can actually do. Maybe that's something that unlocks later on. Instant heal. Control any creature in the game. Click and hold on any creature to take control of them. That's ought to be interesting. Scenery. Build set dressing. Simple non-functional buildings can make an area look more interesting for subscribers. See, I was looking for that. I was like, can I make like a little town here? Add block, remove block. What is this? Place scenery. Okay. Well then. Because I would like to place like little houses or something here. They have them. Guess this would be an appropriate house for the area. Yeah, it seems like it. Bam. And bam. What the hell kind of house is this? Give me just these random zigzags. The hell, where does this house go? I have no idea how this house goes. All right, I guess we're doing it this way. It's like a super random house thing there. This has got to go this way, I guess. There we go. Yeah, we'll make this look like a little village, a little home. I don't know which way is the front door. I guess it doesn't really matter which one's the front door because they can't walk into them, right? They're non-interactive. What is this? It's some kind of Zelda Breath of the Wild, like watchtower thingy. Okay. I guess we can put that there. Makes it look interesting and different. Interesting and varied. And all those things. What else do we have here? Oh, this looks cool. It's like a factory thing. It doesn't really fit the theme of the little village, but it's kind of cool. We got people socially interacting here. Mardenbrier and Lest. And then we got Ontenier, who's just kind of standing out there AFK. Damn AFKers. All the time. Every time. 19 subscribers. Very cool. Alright, so then Why does this one flicker and the other one doesn't? Because it's just a monster area? Oh, is it not covered in the network? Is that what they're telling me? Oh, okay, it's partially not in the network. That would explain it. That there. And then network path from there to there. And then I think we can do this. Oh, no, okay, no, it's got full power. Never mind. Yeah, I used the wrong pipe here. This thing is something else. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. It has no tooltip, so I have no idea what that is. That explains why that was flickering. I was like, why is that constantly doing that? There we go. That'll hopefully work a little bit better. Hopefully. We don't have quests that are completely broken, at least. I got a whole soiree going on here. What's that? What did you just do? Bought a ticket? Going home to log out. Inventory. Unsuitable. $11. Logged in, socialized, enjoyed the scenery, set my home, picked up a quest. Scenery's really nice, socialized, scenery's really nice, enjoyed the scenery, socialized. Literally did nothing. Literally did nothing. I just came in and was like, oh, this looks interesting. Just a thing going on here. How about you? What have you done so far? No one's... I mean, they're picking up quests, but they're not actually doing the quests. Which is interesting. Weird. Scenery's real nice. I mean, I like the scenery, which is cool. But they apparently don't care for, you know, like killing kobolds and boars and stuff. Don't know why. I mean, yeah, I could make the path go straight through there, but I don't know why that would be a thing. I mean, the path comes alongside of it, right? That's what you would expect in a game like this. Is it just kind of... I guess I can try that. Let's see what happens if I just put the path like right through it. Go like that. And we'll go like that. There it is. Yeah, well, now we got paths literally going through there. So I'm wondering if the AI doesn't see the quests because, I mean, it picked up quests, but I wonder if it doesn't see the quest destinations because I didn't have a path there. I have no idea. Not very well explained. Martinbriar, what have you been doing? You're really nice. Whoa, what's next going on here? Oh, it's pointing to what he thought the scenery, what scenery he thought was nice? I don't know what these arrows mean. Or why they suddenly showed up. Wait, what is he doing? Does that just tell me everywhere that he's visited? I didn't see that on any other ones. Yeah, I guess it's telling me everywhere that he's visited. But I didn't see that on these guys. Well, he's the quest giver. Yeah. Oh, I guess they did show up there. So, okay. So it shows me where they've actually visited. That's kind of cool. Kind of nice. So I know that they own 6 cats. Connected for 3 minutes. Yep, sounds right. Sounds about right. You're gonna play an MMORPG. You're gonna at least own at least half a dozen cats. That's just the profile of MMORPG players right there. Okay. Well, this has been interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I'm intrigued about like the GM management and stuff too, which is kind of an interesting thing. I don't know the grid stuff. I kind of see what they're doing there. NPCs. Place an elite monster. Targets of quests. Paths, buildings. So it's like, it's got like, I see where they're going with it. It feels a little disjointed right now, but I mean it's early access, so that's par for the course. I like the level of customization, but it also kind of feels a little bit. Was he killing a? He's killing a dude. Oh, he just killed a dude. Maybe I should walk. Oh! She just got murdered. Moided. She just got moided. I'm like, maybe I should control a kobold and have him come in and attack the village. Do this. Can I control this? Heal, kill. How do I control? Interact, is it right? Take control. Here we go. Take this guy. Take control. Right. Not take control. Click and hold on any creature. Take control of. Oh, click and hold. Ah, there we go. All right. Let's see if we can go. Do I have any abilities? Respawn. I don't know. What's that candle? I don't know what that is. Abilities. Let's go and see if we can attack. We probably don't have any means to attack anything. I want to get you in stats. Or maybe not. Oh, I got murdered. That's hilarious. It's just, so I could basically take control of like an elder god and just come on through and just murder all the players. Be the worst GM ever known. I could be what was it? What was that guy's name? Lord British. In Ultima, just have a Lord British moment. Just come on in with a high level monster and just murder everybody, all the newbies. Let them know what kind of game they signed up for. So yeah, I like what they're going for. I like what's happening here. I haven't looked at the design stuff yet. Characters, design doc, monsters. What does this tell me? Is this just... Oh, so this is how I can... So you can create your own model. Right, that's right. I remember reading about that. You can create your own models here out of all the different parts. It's cool. And then you can mess with their abilities and stuff and either buff or debuff them. Auto buff, auto nerf. Yeah. Okay. If people don't like the way you've designed things. I like that. I like the level of customization in here, even right now, is rather good. Oh, they are snarfs, not anything else. I guess, yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of complaints as to what's going on here. I guess maybe I don't know. Like, my complaint about not being able to like write the quest text and stuff probably is the dumbest complaint I could have with this game, because obviously it's just AI. But I don't know, it feels like a big part that's kind of, I don't know, missing a little bit. Like I wonder where they're going to go with it as far as like the AI completing quests, right? Like obviously I could see AI characters going over and killing things and stuff, which is fine. But is that really a requirement for the game? Like, could it just be that you could create these elaborate quests and just, you know, just you don't actually see the AI players taking part of them. They just do it they just crunch some numbers in the back end. You know what I mean? Like, what if it was just a bunch of dice rolls, right? And then you have these quests that take you to these areas, and then based on some dice rolls and the player that took on the quest and everything, it determines whether or not they've succeeded at that part of the quest. And if they fail at a part of the quest, then they get another section of the quest. Like I would love to see like a branching quest thing where I could just like make this elaborate quest with all this text that nobody will ever see because they're all AI bots. But like I could see doing that, and then having it where, you know, based on how well I designed, like based on where I place the quest and all that stuff, it determines, you know, on dice rolls whether or not, you know, how many people have succeeded or failed at it and that kind of thing. Because that one part just kind of feels a little disconnected, like especially when you're doing an MMORPG. Now, obviously, there were other genre types in there, so it probably doesn't feel quite as connected with that, but quite as disconnected from that. But still, it just feels like there's a certain level of what does this do? Satisfaction, service, info. It feels like there's a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a disconnect between certain things in the game. You know what I mean? Like I like that this is a good starting point, a very, very good starting point. But I feel like maybe it's, I don't know. I get kind of a mixed bag here. Like on the one hand, I feel like, oh, there's a lot of customization and a lot of stuff that I can really do to kind of make this my own. But on the other hand, there's not enough customization in certain areas, it feels like. But then we're talking about a Tycoon game, which is really meant to be sort of a strategy game, right? You're meant to come up with good strategies for selling stuff and getting more subscribers and all that stuff. So I can see where they have this emphasis on, you know, more of a high level thing. You know, but there's like a mismatch here between high level and low level stuff. There's a lot of like lower level stuff you could do, like with your creating monsters and all that stuff. But then it ends at a certain like unfulfilling point, and then there's all the high level stuff. And I'm getting, I guess, a little bit of whiplash between the two competing interests. You know what I mean? I like that it's not just an abstract, you know, oh, you just place some things down, like, you know, like a SimCity, you know, place some commercial zones down and it just kind of deals with itself. I like that you could dig down into the customization stuff. I just I don't know. I feel like there's room there for getting even deeper. Like if you really want to, like I could see a lot of people not wanting to get that deep and just give me some randomly generated quests that make at least a halfway decent sense, and that's fine. You know, they have that now. But I don't know. I feel like there's a I feel a little bit unfulfilled, I guess, is ultimately what I'm coming from here. Even though there's a whole lot in here already. And, you know, it's early access. They still got some time to go. But I just, I don't know. It's hard to put into words. I like what's here. I would not play too much of the game right now because it's just not. It doesn't. It feels it like I said. It feels kind of. I feel a little bit too distant from it. At the end of the day, like I would like to really get down in the weeds with this and really do a lot of stuff, but again, some of that too is just from the. I mean, when we're talking about it, I mean, we've this is just AI characters flying around. This is just a single player game that's pretending to be like an MMO thing. It's just a tycoon game. So honestly, a lot of stuff that I'm looking for doesn't make a whole lot of sense anyway, based on what the game is. It would make more sense if you could share your MMO levels with other people. Even if they can't. I mean, they could play it kind of. You know, you could inhabit an NPC, right, and just go around and be a paladin and stuff. So I guess you could theoretically give your save file to somebody and just be like, "Here, play this." You know, maybe you would pause. I guess you would pause the time or something. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not. I'm not bashing it. I like what's here. I just. I don't know. I'm mixed signals here. I just feel very mixed about it. I don't feel very strongly one way or the other as to whether or not this is on the right path, or if it's a little too obtuse, or if it's like I just can't put my finger on it. It feels disjointed in a couple ways. And some of the ways that I've mentioned with like the network stuff and things like that, and like the issue warnings and reporting players and stuff like that also feels weird. I mean, I get it because it's it's a tycoon game and this is your game and you got to be like the GM and stuff. So I kind of see where that fits in, but it also kind of feels like it's not really a thing that like it feels again like a level mismatch. Like I would expect that I would hire employees that based on their qualities would do the banning and the reporting of players and all that stuff, right? Like, I wouldn't expect to do that and also be building the world at the same time and maintaining network nodes and all that stuff. Like, I feel like some of this stuff could be just like I feel like that's the thing that you would hire. Like, you would have like a hire and fire menu for real world assets that are doing this stuff. And then based on the quality of those real world assets depends on the quality of your network and your latency and all that stuff. And then you can kind of upgrade those as you go, and the longer you have those employees, the better they get at things. That kind of thing. So I guess that's where my sort of disconnect is. I'm not sure. Like I'm getting that whiplash where it's like some things are high level, some things are low level, some things are high level, and you're kind of jumping back and forth between the two, and it's not. Neither one of those is as fulfilling as it probably should be. It's like it's trying to be two different things at once. It's trying to be both the 40-foot level and ground level, and not doing either one of them well enough that they're satisfying, I guess. Those are the raw, unfiltered thoughts. I know you guys watching this are just like, do something. You're just standing here looking at this thing, but I mean, we're still getting subscribers, so apparently I don't need to do anything. It's just on autopilot now. Just like D&D Online. Just like Neverwinter. So yeah, I like what's here. I like what I see. Let's go back to the menu. I'm not even going to bother to save this though. Let's can I not go back to the main menu? I guess we'll see. Okay, good. So yeah, this, my friends, has been, what the hell? MMORPG Tycoon. Oh, okay. I'm like, what is that? What is that URL? It didn't look like that at first. So yeah, this, my friends, has been MMORPG Tycoon 2. It is by Vector Storm. It is in early access on Steam. It just came out a few days ago for $25 US. I would definitely say there's $25 worth of content in there right now, given how much I've seen. But like I said, it's still early, and I feel like they need to figure out their direction a little bit more. But that said, everything here so far has been pretty solid. Pretty solid indeed. So as always, I will leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.